a rant video, guys. Not because this makes me angry, more just I'm passionate about it. My thoughts just, they all connect. It makes sense in my head. You'll see. We're gonna talk about traditional versus self-publishing. Before I get into this, I want to put a little disclaimer. Anybody who has a goal, even if said goal is different from mine, if you achieve that goal, like yay, I will be the first one to applaud you for your success, because when people have things that they want to achieve, when they achieve their goals, that's a great thing, and everybody should be able to experience that. That being said, let's get into the video, and I'm gonna trash traditional publishing because I'm biased. So take what I say with a grain of salt. The big difference between traditional and self-publishing is that traditional is about selling books. Not that indie publishing is any different, because indie authors want to sell their books. The motivation behind it is different. If you're a publishing house, you want to sell books to make a profit so that you can continue to publish books. If you're an indie author, you don't necessarily want to make a profit, you want to be able to make a living and sustain your lifestyle. Profit and making a living are two different business models. And I can understand why people have certain preferences. That's not the issue. Issue is with this attitude coming in the indie publishing community or the indie writing community, where some authors have published a few books and all of a sudden they're telling other authors that if you can't do A, B, C, or D, then you need to do your writing as a hobby because you don't deserve success. One of the things that I have learned while being on YouTube, while being on Twitter, while having a blog, while interacting with all these different people is that the success of others doesn't diminish my own. The failures of others doesn't diminish my own failures or make my success any less. And their failures do not make them unsuccessful. If anything, when somebody fails, that just shows the rest of us, okay, this in this context doesn't work. And so we should all be taking our collective failures and learning from them. And we should all collectively be taking our successes and helping others to achieve their goals. Now, I know that might be, hippy dippy, like that all sounds great in theory, but I don't understand why you would want to do it otherwise. This is something that I'm passionate about. I don't think you need to be a celebrity to inspire somebody to try something new or go in a direction that they normally wouldn't have gone into. I talked about Cariad yesterday, but if you missed the video, it'll be in the iCard in the description, check it out. She's a coder, and she made this website called Get Code Love, and I couldn't believe that she created it from scratch, and I thought I wanted to do that. So I went out of my comfort zone and thought, if I want to be a writer, I'm going to have to make a website. It would probably be beneficial to know these skills. And now I'm in school learning these skills. I really would not have considered doing it if it wasn't for Cariad. And now I'm learning all these things that, yes, they can be applied to websites, but they can also be applied to YouTube. They can be applied to my blog. They can be applied in the future when I effectively learn the skills as a side hustle. All these different doors have been open because another person inspired me, and that person is not a celebrity. It's Cariad. She's just a wonderful, amazing human being. I would really hope that anybody who came across my channel, and I know that some people have because they tell me in the comments that something I said or something that I've done has inspired them to go out of their comfort zone and to try something new. And 2 years ago, that's what the writing community was all about. It was all about inspiring each other. You know what? If your writing skills aren't that great, that's okay. Work on them. If you can't afford an editor, that's okay. Get a critique partner. Join a writing group and exchange your writing with each other. And that can be more insightful than hiring a professional editor. But now there's this shift where you have so many people saying, well, if you can't buy a nice cover, then you shouldn't publish your book. If you can't afford a professional editor, then you shouldn't publish your book. Just as little side note, If you have an amazing cover, yes, that is going to increase your chances of having a successful launch. If you invest in professional editing, yes, that is going to increase the quality of your book, and that can help with success. But at the same time, I am probably somebody very biased. I think the greatest thing about the indie community is that we don't necessarily have to follow the same rules from traditional publishing. And I'm not saying that authors shouldn't constantly be trying to improve their own writing skills, their own understanding of literature and composition, because you should. But at the same time, if somebody isn't going to publish their story because somebody who is more successful than them has made a video saying, well, if you can't do A, B, C, or D, you should only continue writing as a hobby, I think that's a horrible, horrible, horrible message. I do take offense to that because it takes me back to when I was younger and I had a reading disorder, and people, you know, sometimes aren't nice, and they were like, you're never going to read well because of it. If I listened to them, my whole life would be different. And the only reason why I'm not there is because I had people in my life who kept pushing me to try, and then I was just lucky by finding authors who inspired me. I know this probably went on a long, weird, twisty ramble. I warned you in the beginning that it wasn't going to make sense, but we're just gonna end it on this. If you are an inspiring writer, write, publish your story. And if it doesn't go well the first time, then you learn not to do it that way. That doesn't mean you're a failure. That doesn't mean you can't succeed. It does not mean that you cannot achieve your dreams. You just need to write the book. You need to be willing to learn. You need to be willing to keep trying until you find a way that you can succeed. And really, if you want to write and you want to publish your book, even if you can't afford an amazing graphic artist, even if you can't afford professional editors, I would suggest that you still publish your book. Because you know what? I know many published indie authors who are saying this crap that people, if you can't do this, then you should only do it as a hobby, whose books don't read like traditionally published books because those professional editors that they're giving money to just aren't that good. And if you want to do something, it's better to get paid for it while you're improving, and then just slowly increase the quality of your product. Anywho, that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a comment. Give me your own opinions on traditional versus self-publishing, and just, I don't know. Leave me comments. I like hearing from you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Tootsies, may applesines. If you're somebody that wants to make a living off of writing, just try it. Don't care about success. Don't care about creating the best quality product. Try it for yourself. See if you like it. There's so much behind the scene work you don't see, that there might be something that you need to do within this process to achieve your goals that you don't like. And as a result, you won't want to do it, but you won't know until you try it.